While across the world we're still dealing with a number of international conflicts and disasters and dictatorships, the United Nations seem to be pretty quiet on those. Do you know why? Because they're way too busy trying to intervene in democratic countries' affairs. Right now, they're trying to tell us how to run our nation. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am not the biggest fan of this government, for obvious reasons, as you guys know, and I'm not really confident about the opposition either. But at the same time, if a foreign country or a foreign entity or foreign forces try to tell us how to live our lives, well, I'm going to have to defend the country, don't I? So, right now we have the United Nations, who have been pretty silent on the uprising in Iran. They're completely useless. They do a bit of a tweet, bit of a press release. They've been pretty quiet on the World Cup situation in Qatar, pretty quiet on Egypt, pretty quiet on most dictatorships and conflicts. They're very good at raising money and taxpayers' money from democratic countries, spread them around to all the dictatorships, make the world equal, right? Now, by making us poorer, like the rest of the world, now they're trying to tell us, well, by us, I mean our government, how to do economics. I mean, to be fair, on the one hand, someone needs to tell Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt how to do economics, but I don't want that to be the United Nations. They've come out to show outrage. They got all these commissions, all these committees, all these groups about poverty, about which they don't do anything about it, by the way. They just release all these statements. This is one of them, saying the whole budget and the way they're going to do budget management is extremely troubled. They are very extremely troubled by Number 10's plans to balance the books. So, basic budget management. And this is, again, we know that there are different ways of dealing with it. Raising taxes, cutting the budgets, borrowing money, printing money. But the concept of balancing the books, and you need to cut government waste. It's not the same as public sector. It's not the same as public services. Government waste spending, definitely cut that. Don't destroy the frontline public services. There's a bit of a compromise. But the United Nations, of all people, they are extremely troubled by that concept. Interestingly enough, when you look at where Jeremy Hunt's budget is going to be hitting people in terms of increasing taxes, because it could be increasing taxes. An estimated fiscal impact of possible tax rises is, well, you've got the health and social care levy. So that's lovely, right? The 1p income tax rate rise. So it's basically the exact opposite of what Liz Truss was going to be doing by cutting 1p from the income tax. Scrapping tax reliefs. Thanks for that, Jeremy Hunt. Abolishing non-dom regime, which again, is on a philosophical level, we could actually argue against the whole non-dom thing, but it doesn't bring in any money. It's about £3 billion, as you can see. Removing capital gains uplift, 1 year income tax and national insurance threshold freeze, all this, private school fees, VAT, scrapping lifetime ISAs, and ending tax-free inheritance pension, which literally is nothing. And we wonder why. The country is not working. We've been living in the same global consensus economically and politically for the past few decades. They're all doing the same thing, regardless of party colours, unless you have some radical party leaders. It's the same model. The whole system is broken. And you wonder why nothing gets done. We are where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to tell you about a rebel in the backbenches of the Conservative Party, Parliamentary Party. And that is Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is rising up against Rishi Sunak. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.